Hey everybody, hope all is well. Who has read Daniel chapter 3, where it talks about King Nebuchadnezzar and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? And during that particular time, King Nebuchadnezzar, which was the king of Babylon at the time, he had set up his own statue, gold statue. And the thing is that there were some laws that were in place at that particular time that those who were not, who did not, bow down to that statute, or who did not live or listen to his gods, would have to pay the consequences, right? But then during that particular time, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they said they weren't doing that. They're not doing that. They were willing and obedient to God, and they were willing to do whatever it took to obey God, no matter the consequences. Here's the thing. They put him into, because of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's willingness to be obedient to God and not serve and not listen to and not obey King Nebuchadnezzar, they were put into a fiery furnace, right? And here's the thing. Nebuchadnezzar made it 7 times hotter. Made the furnace 7 times hotter than normal, just so he can quote unquote make them pay the consequences. But the thing is this: the moment that those soldiers or whoever they were try to put Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego into that fiery furnace, those flames end up getting them, end up causing them to die. While Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, God was there for them. God was there for them. They were standing around and stand around in the fiery furnace like nothing was happening. That's how good God is. God is able to be there for us, even when it doesn't seem like it. Even when the enemy is trying to come against us, God is there for us. He's there to cause our enemies to be our footstool, no matter what the enemy tries to do towards us. No matter what the enemy tries to do, God is there. No weapon formed against us will prosper. If you are willing and obedient to listen and obey God and do what he tells you to do, and not fall into any traps and try to serve anybody else's God, God will have your back. All God wants to see how many faithful individuals that's going to be out there. How many of his people, how many followers of Christ are actually going to serve God, no matter the cost, no matter what persecution that they face, no matter what people say about them. In this world, there are so many different gods. People's opinions. Men, women, girlfriend, boyfriend, drugs, alcohol, celebrity, fame, fortune, cars, TV shows, movies, our jobs, our family. There's so many gods out there that the enemy is putting out there to try to take our attention away from who and what is really important, and that is God. And the thing is that the enemy is trying to he's trying to sabotage what God has ordained to be the case here on this earth. But the fact of the matter is that who we are going to serve is vital to our success, because who we serve is going to ultimately determine our lives down the line. Either we're going to serve God, or we're going to serve the enemy. Are we going to serve the enemy? If we're going to serve the enemy, the world, the things of this world is going to entice us. Greed, fame, fortune, lies, sexual immorality, pornography, drugs, alcoholism, people's opinions will end up being our gods. And that the thing is that those type of things will end up taking the place of God himself. And God has already told us that he will have no other gods before him. And there's so many times where we find ourselves in situations where God has not answered our prayers, or where God has not done certain things for us that we have asked him to do. And he has not opened certain doors that we have asked to open, or he has not allowed us to be in certain relationships, or he has not brought us a significant other that we have been asking for, but maybe because our disobedience, maybe because our thought